All right, our next guest is a veteran at Wake Forest University. He started all 33 games for the Demon Deacons a year ago. And I'm geeking out because even though I've been at this for 37 years, I have never met a coach, player, staff member from Westchester, Pennsylvania until Andrew Carr. Welcome to the David Glenn Show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And even better, Andrew was a superstar at Westchester East High School. This might not be interesting to anybody besides me, but my family and I lived within walking distance of Westchester East High School. Andrew transferred to Wake from the University of Delaware, where my only brother attended. I went to Salesianum High School in Wilmington, Delaware, and you and I probably have a whole lot in common. So let me just start with the normal. Welcome to the David Glenn Show. How are you?
Awesome, thank you. I'm doing great today. It's an awesome experience here.
Excellent. I'm glad we got to meet and cross paths. Let's just start with something basic. I came to the South 37 years ago, and I never moved back home. All my relatives are still up there. Are you like me in that you like more about the South, or do you still like more things about the northern United States?
I think for me it's more about the East Coast. So I'm all right either north or south. Even though I love the South, you know, the one thing I would say, a lot of the stores close really early down here.
Okay.
And that's the only name that I have possibly about the South so far. But I would say I think it's more of an East Coast thing for me. I love myself some of the East Coast. I think I want to stay there.
Did you have to shovel snow like in driveways as a kid? Because that's one thing I don't miss about the North.
Yes, definitely had to do that. You know, every winter. Not only my own driveway, but I have 3 siblings as well. So we were always set out to the whole neighborhood to try and, you know, shovel some other driveways as well.
For those who don't know, Westchester, PA, which we have in common, is very close to the city of Philadelphia. One of the things I love about being down here, Andrew, is that it's a great mix of people who love college sports but also love pro sports. When I was growing up, it was all Philadelphia Phillies in baseball, right. Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL, right. Even the Flyers in hockey. Did you grow up, obviously an athlete, but were you also kind of a spectator rooting for those teams?
Yes, 100%. I still am. I think that kind of, you know, rubbed off on me. I think Philly, major sports and professional sports is, you know, credit to my dad probably, but a season ticket holder of the Eagles.
Okay.
So I've been able to go to a bunch of Eagles games and just with my buddies going to other Philadelphia sports games. But it, like you said, it has been definitely the professional sports more than the college sports.
It's kind of bred into you up there.
It is, yeah.
Is your pecking order, where does it go after Eagles? Are you still rooting for any of those other teams?
For other Philadelphia?
Philly,
yeah. So it definitely goes to Eagles. And then I'd say the Sixers, and then the Phillies, and then the Flyers.
So your heart might not have broken as badly as mine did in Game 7 of the NLCS?
Yeah, it definitely was broken a little bit, that's for sure. But probably not as much as yours.
Well, I hope you and your dad get to experience these things the way my son and I were able to travel to Minneapolis, Minnesota when the Eagles beat the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Where were you for that? Or you might have been busy with basketball.
We had superstitions, man. I was in high school at the time. You know, every high school kid's dream is your favorite team, you know, winning the Super Bowl. So pretty cool. We had superstitions, had to go to the same house, sit in the same spots, wear the same things. So then when the Eagles won, something that was pretty cool that I was able to, you know, experience with my dad. We were able to go to the unveiling, actually, that first game against the Falcons the next year after they won the Super Bowl. So me and my dad were able to go to that, and just an awesome game, awesome experience. Kind of won the game that next year the same way they beat the Falcons in the playoffs the year before. Julio missed a toss-up at the end of the game. So it's a pretty awesome experience.
Wake Forest star Andrew Carr is joining us on the David Glenn Show. We see you guys travel in style, eat in style. You're kind of superheroes on campus. Are there any downsides to being a major, high-profile college athlete? And what would you add to the upside list? It's probably a long one.
Right. You know, I think, you know, if you talk to some other people, especially the height as well, you interact with people whether you like it or not throughout when you're out in public. And I think for me, being strong in my faith, being able to try and spread as much light as I possibly can, to be able to have those interactions with strangers that not a lot of people get to. I think for me, I look at it as a blessing and as an opportunity to be able to kind of better perspective on it. Just kind of try and look at it in a positive light, and just that you are able to interact and meet people that most people normally wouldn't be able to. So,
a very good friend of ours here at the David Glenn Show is another DG, Dave Gorin,
Yep.
who you happen to have as a professor
Correct.
in a sports media-oriented class. What have you learned in there, and do you have any interest in terms of beyond basketball getting into sports media?
Yeah, he's been a great professor. It's got my Monday nights all booked up. As student athlete, you got to find time to find your classes, and luckily it worked out with him. Got to put together a sports package here for in a couple of weeks. Got to find a story and try to get my sound bites and everything that I need. But I've learned a lot from it. I think for me, I definitely want to stay in sports, and I think I'd probably rather be on the coaching side of it,
Okay.
not necessarily the media side, but definitely. When I was a kid, I went to a bunch of sports broadcasting camps and things like that. It was definitely something I was interested in for a while.
I think you could be good at it, so we'll file it after playing and
go.
after coaching, maybe as a third option.
Perfect.
All of us who watched Wake Forest basketball last year not only enjoyed you and a couple of other guys who are here in Charlotte, but Tyree Appleby.
For sure.
Of course, no more Tyree. I know he's playing pro ball now. What do you tell the fans or the media who are wondering what is next at the point guard position, because somebody's got to get you the ball?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this year we got a couple new transfers in. Obviously, Boopy Miller. He is coming over from Central Michigan, and then we got Hunter Salas coming in from Gonzaga. I think and Cameron Hildreth will help out a little bit at the point too. But those two guys will probably be our main look at the point guard position. And I think they've done a really good job of coming in and trying to take the reins of the team, be able to make sure everybody's organized. That's a big part of what being a floor general out there. That's a big part of what the point guard is going to be out there to do. So.
We're talking to your coach today, and he did go through a personal crisis, obviously, with the stroke of his wife. How have you and the guys just handled that, processed that, or maybe tried to support your coach at a tricky time?
Yeah, I think is a unique, obviously different type of situation for all of us. It's like an opposite situation. He's usually the one always supporting us and everything that we're doing. So for us to be able to try and be in a position to support him and give back is definitely something that was really important to us. And it was right about the time when the stroke happened that we all went back home. So we knew that it was going to be even more important that when we got back to campus, that we were that family that he was looking for, that support. And even when he wasn't able to be around all of the guys, it was an opportunity for all the older guys to step up in leadership and make sure we didn't miss a beat when he wasn't able to be there. So.
Andrew Carr of Wake Forest, but also Andrew Carr of Westchester, Pennsylvania, Westchester East High School, and the University of Delaware previously. It's really been an honor for me, man. Thank you for
awesome.
Representing Westchester, and thank you for the time on the David
Thank you,
Glenn
man.
Show.
I appreciate it.
I'll be
Go
rooting,
Dub C, man.
I'll be
Dub
rooting
C.
for you and following you as well.
Thank you.
You got it.